So as we were discussing in the previous session, non-pipeline read and write cycle without wait state, we had discussed the address bus, W/R bar, ADS bar. NA bar is obviously not active during non-pipeline machine cycle. Then we were discussing about BS16 bar. BS16 bar, when it is low, then it indicates that it's a 16-bit data transfer. And when BS16 bar is high, it indicates a 32-bit data transfer. So since in this machine cycles it is high, so it indicates that these non-pipeline machine cycles are 32-bit machine cycles. 32-bit bus will be used for the data bus. Ready bar, as I told you, when it is low, that time actual data transfer takes place. So this is the use of the ready bar to complete the data transfer of between the data bus and the memory. So if it's a read from memory to data bus, if it's a write from data bus to memory. If ready bar is made high during the second bus state, in that case there is a wait state that gets introduced. So till the ready bar becomes low again, there will be wait states introduced in the machine cycle. Since this is a no wait state machine cycle diagram, so in the second bus state ready bar is made low in each machine cycle, and that completes the data transfer. So as you can see, the ready bar is low during the second bus state, T2 bus state of the cycle 1 machine cycle of non-pipeline write. So when ready bar is low, that is active, that time the data transfer takes place from the data bus to the memory when ready bar is low. Since it's a write machine cycle, cycle 1, from the data bus data will be copied into memory, so it has been mentioned as out in the data bus. In the cycle 2, it's a non-pipeline read machine cycle. So when ready bar is low during the second bus state, T2 of the cycle 2, the data will be read from the memory into the data bus. So that's why it is being shown by in. So from the memory into data bus, data will be read when ready bar is made low. And the data will be fetched from the memory into data bus. Cycle 3 is a non-pipeline write. So during that, the data will be copied from the data bus into the memory. So when ready bar is made low during the T2 bus state of cycle 3, data will be written from the data bus to the memory. Similarly for cycle 4, data will be read from memory into the data bus when ready bar is low again. So this is how non-pipeline read and write cycles without wait state, that is no wait states, can be shown. So as told earlier, in case of non-pipeline machine cycle, at the end of the second bus state, within the bus cycle, ready bar is sampled, that is ready bar is made active, which is 0 value for ready bar. When it is 0, it is active. If asserted, the bus cycle terminates, the data transfer takes place and the bus cycle or the machine cycle terminates. As the cycle continues another bus state, a wait state gets introduced. And ready bar is sampled again at the end of that state. So depending for how many bus states the ready bar is not made active, that many wait states will be introduced in the bus cycle or machine cycle. This continues indefinitely until the cycle is acknowledged by ready bar asserted. That is, till ready bar is made active or 0 again, this continues to have wait state in the bus cycle or the machine cycle. Now this is a non-pipeline read and write cycles with wait state. So cycle 1 is a non-pipeline read cycle where ready bar is made low during the second bus state. So cycle 1, that is non-pipeline read, is not having a wait state. Whereas cycle 2, a non-pipeline write machine cycle, is not having ready bar made low during the second burst state. So because of that, there is a wait state which gets introduced in the cycle 2, because during T2 burst state of the machine cycle, ready bar is made high. So this can continue for as many number of burst states till the ready bar makes low again. So till that time, further right, the data will not be transferred from the data bus to the memory. Once the ready bar is made low again, that time the data transfer will take place from the data bus to the memory. So this is the concept of wait state. So cycle 2 is having wait state in it till the ready bar is made low again. So when ready bar is made low again at the end of the second T2 state, then the data will be transferred from the data bus to the memory. Similarly, cycle 3 non-pipeline read during the T2 bus state has ready bar made high again. So because of that, the data transfer will not take place for the cycle 3 till the ready bar is made low again, when the data transfer will take place from the memory to the data bus. Since it's a non-pipeline read, so data transfer will take place from the memory to the data bus. It's a read, so it is denoted by in. So in this way, ready bar introduces wait state in the machine cycle or bus cycle diagram. So cycle 2 and cycle 3, remaining signals will remain same. When it's a read, W/R bar will be low. When it's a write, W/R bar will be high. In the first burst state, ADS bar will be made low, which indicates that valid address has been loaded in the address bus. BS16 bar is high, so it indicates a 32-bit data transfer. So the remaining signals will remain similar. Only because of the change in the ready bar value, there will be a wait state which gets introduced in the machine cycle or bus cycle diagram. Another thing that can be observed is that NA bar is made high during the T2 bus state. Because of making NA bar high, it indicates that it's not a pipeline machine cycle, it's a non-pipeline machine cycle, because there is a wait state getting introduced. So for that, the NA bar has to be made high. If NA bar would have been made low, it would have indicated that it's a pipelined machine cycle. So these are the various signals which are shown in the timing diagram for the machine cycle or bus cycle. And you have different types of timing diagram: non-pipeline read, non-pipeline write, non-pipeline read and write with, non-pipeline read and write cycles with wait state. So we saw non-pipeline read and write cycle without wait state, non-pipeline read and write cycle with wait state. So these are the different types of non-pipeline timing diagrams. Similarly, we'll study in the next session pipeline timing diagrams, where we'll be using the NA bar to indicate that it's a pipeline timing diagram.